Hello everyone. So I think we'll start the session. I hope I'm audible to all the people on the call.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think we gave it a couple of minutes. So as and when people can join in, they can get to hear what exactly we have to offer on Power BI. But thanks a lot for taking out time for this webinar. Before I start, I like to introduce myself. I'm Ranjit. I take care of the Office 365 suite here at Microsoft. That includes Power BI. I have with me, Tapas, who is from MB. And, the flow that we want to keep for this session is I'll take you through what are the capabilities, of Power BI, what it has to offer in terms of, analytics, in terms of, creating dashboards, in terms of data warehouses and all those stuff. And I'll take you through a small demo. Post that, we'll keep it for like around 30-35 minutes. Post that we will keep 5-10 minutes for question and answer, post which I'll have to leave, and then I'll hand over to Tapas, who will take you through, what exactly is MB doing specifically on Power BI, what kind of dashboards have they created, what can they do in terms of, working with all of you to help you, make faster and better decisions so that you can focus on the core business that you're working on. I hope that's okay with all of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just start. So business intelligence or BI has come a long way. And in fact, if you see during the first two waves of business intelligence, IT professionals and business analysts were the keepers of BI. They made BI accessible and consumable for end users. While this approach still applies to complex business intelligence needs, today there is a new wave. The third wave of BI makes BI available to every kind of users. So today we are going to discuss about Power BI, which is a third wave solution. It enables everyone to collect, analyze, visualize and publish data. This third wave has the potential to expand the reach of analytics to more users than ever before. Existing analytics platforms and tools can be extended, and instead of being replaced by full-featured solutions like Power BI. So Power BI directly connects to existing on-premise data such as analysis service tabular models that were created by business analysts in collaborations with IT, right? And Microsoft Excel and the new Power BI desktop work hand in hand with Power BI. Publishing reports, model created by business analysts, and seamlessly providing access to business users who can gain insight and take action. So that's where today we are looking at Power BI from a third wave perspective. So Power BI addresses common BI challenges that face organizations. So the three common business intelligence challenges include because data is often in disparate locations, it can be difficult for business users to see a complete picture of your business, right? And managing multiple data sources. So in case data residing in SaaS solutions and other external locations can be difficult to manage, to programmatically or access and refresh securely. In fact, making the right data available to the right user at the right time. So today, mobile business users need the latest operational data at the fingertips, no matter where they are or what device they're using. So different roles have different needs and access level. So a one size fits all solution doesn't work, right? And that's where the Power BI comes in. So Power BI is actually a fundamentally groundbreaking offer. So if you look at it, it's a service for non-technical business users and analysts to connect with their data. Users get value out of their data that was previously impossible, required complex technical expertise to connect with data, model the data and create reports. While today Power BI connects any users in every business in every country with their data. So our goal is to connect around 1 billion users to their data with Power BI. Power BI integration across Microsoft, it connects to Azure Stream Analytics, it connects to machine learning, SQL database, SQL data warehouse, SQL data lake, SQL Server, Office 365. So you name a data solution, Power BI connects to that. And again, there are several capabilities, that comes as built in as part of it. So I'll just touch upon, some of those capabilities. Power BI is a cloud-based analytics service that provides faster time to insight. So it is used for visualizing, exploring, and extracting insights from data. So it brings together data from diverse resources to deliver rich, comprehensive views of business operations. So what that means is with Power BI, you can see all of your data through a single pane of glass and creates an analytics environment in minutes to monitor data and share reports. So live dashboards and reports show visualizations and KPIs from data that reside both on premises and in the cloud, providing a consolidated view across your businesses, regardless of where your data lives, right? And there are several capabilities that are unique to Power BI, and these include actually. So some of these are listed, as you can see, pre-built dashboards and reports for popular SaaS solutions. Now these could include Marketo, Salesforce, GitHub, Zendesk, Dynamics CRM, and many others. You can talk about dashboards and visualization that support real-time updates, right? And secure live connections to on-premise data to drive insight across the entire range of organization information. So analysis services, Azure SQL database, Azure SQL data warehouses, everything is covered as part of that. Again, automated scheduled refresh to keep Power BI data in sync with on-premise data sources. So, there's a scheduled refresh that is automated. So the Power BI data always remain in sync with on-premise data sources. So there's a connector built on top of that, which will help you, sync all that data. There are native mobile applications for keeping users connected on the go. So Power BI is available as an app. It's available across platforms, be it on iOS, be it on Windows platform, be it on Android platform, and you can see your dashboard, you can visualize them on the go. So no need for you to be always connected to a laptop or a desktop. If you have a smartphone, I think that's more than enough for you. In fact, it's easy integration with other Microsoft offerings that includes Excel, Azure services. There's intuitive data exploration, which enables users to ask questions of the data in plain English. And this, I believe, actually which is where written as natural language query is a very powerful thing. So today, most of the BI sources that you see, or BI, OEMs, if you see, what happens is you have to query your data, and you have to query your data in a query language. Now, most of the people who do work with this data, normally what happens is they don't know query languages, right? If I today say that a CEO or a CMO needs to understand a query language to get the data out, that will be difficult for them. So what happens is Power BI understand plain English queries, and I'll show you in my demo as well. You just type a query in plain English language and it will give you the insight for that. It will tell you the results for that. That is where I think it's very different from other BI sources. So to summarize, Power BI is a SaaS offering that enables anyone to easily connect to their data, create live operational dashboards, and explore data via interactive visualizations. Right? I hope I'm clear to that point. Any questions that you have? Okay, so I'll then move forward. So today, let's walk through an overview of what Power BI is, and in fact, this actually gives you a gist of what Power BI can do for you. So today, Power BI service, can allow you to create beautiful visualizations to tell compelling data stories. Right. So if you talk about making visualization out of content packs, if you want to use live dashboards, all those things can be done. So you can build rich and live dashboards that turns a BI into business insights. You can create reports and data sets from which you can create visualization dashboards. And in fact, you can enjoy the benefits up-to-date data with real-time automatic and scheduled refreshes. So that refresh is automated. You can share these dashboards easily with other people in the organization. So, as I was talking about the third wave of BI, no more are you limiting yourself to an IT analyst or probably a CXO to have a view of the data. Everybody, in the organization, you can share that data with, and you can share that Power BI report with, which makes them, each and every person in the organization empowered to take decisions, in a more faster and productive way. You can, stay connected to data at all the time with mobile applications. Again, if I talk about data sources, on the left-hand side, you will see a variety of SaaS, solutions, including Marketo, Salesforce, Dynamics CRM, Zendesk. In fact, on-premise data sources I was talking about, you would typically see, analysis services or SQL Server, And so how it happens is using a gateway solution, Power BI can connect to other data sources as well, not just limiting to these data sources. There are custom data sources as well, like for example, Power BI can connect to any data source you need. You need it to to its extensibility via REST APIs. So these include proprietary corporate data sources as well as external data services. So for example, if you're a SaaS solution provider, you can work with Microsoft to connect your solution to Power BI, right? If you talk about Azure services, yes, it integrates tightly with SQL Azure. It integrates with Stream Analytics and will be integrated closely with more Azure services over time. In fact, not just limited to that. In fact, Power BI Desktop Excel workbooks can be directly connected to powerbi.com or maybe used with Power BI Desktop. So Power BI Desktop is the companion application to Power BI service. It is a desktop tool that supports data analysis and reporting. So like Excel files or CSV files, Power BI Desktop files can be uploaded to Power BI services, right? So, typically like if you have your data in an Excel form, you typically, import that file in a Power BI. If you have a CSV file, you can import. Similarly, a Power BI desktop file is a file which Power BI understands. It's a file made by the Power BI client tool. Similar to what Office does. Like for example, Office has an online version and offline version. Power BI offline. So the offline version is a client mode which we call as desktop. And this can be used to make all those dashboards, which can then be you can share that through Power BI online form. So that's how it happens. So I'll move forward. So Power BI Desktop is actually a data visualization exploration tool that enables you to analyze data and create stunning reports with Power BI Desktop. So now what Power BI Desktop does for you? You can acquire and prepare data using extensive query capabilities, right? You can manipulate and consolidate multiple data sources in Power BI Desktop, and this enables Power BI service users to use data from multiple sources in a single report. So when you're talking about Power BI Online, what happens is it's basically a dashboarding medium. So when you're thinking about creating a data warehouse at the back end, so it will take data from different and disparate data sources. So it doesn't say that you give me a data source only from a cloud application, right? If you have a cloud application like a GitHub SaaS application and you have an on-premise data which is like coming from a SQL server, you can combine those things. So that is where Power BI, the power of Power BI comes into play, because a lot of disparate data sources come together to give you a total warehouse, and connect through connectors. You get to see a single dashboard for all of your employees to see in the organization. Again, you can establish data structure. You can then transform and analyze data. This is what all are the capabilities of Power BI Desktop. Visualize and explore your data in new ways through a free from drag and drop canvas. You can author reports with a broad range of modern data visualizations. So you get data visualizations, you get some templates. So you can author reports on top of that. Again, you can securely share these reports through unique curated content libraries. So content libraries are built in as Power BI Desktop. So if you want to share these, reports, you can share these by making a content library, and all the people who are a part of that library will be able to access those reports. Finally, as the Power BI platform allows you to embed, extend, and integrate Power BI into another application environments. So once you have created this dashboard, you probably take that into a Power BI online mode, and then you can integrate Power BI into another application and environments, which is where you can share it to external users as in what the policies of your organization require, right? So going forward, I'll just build up this slide and okay. So so when I talk about Power BI, it's very quick to start. So you can get started quickly with pre-built content packs for popular SaaS solutions I was talking about. The primary capability of Power BI, it empowers you to create and customize live dashboards, right? And dashboards that include visualization from multiple data sources. So if applicable, you can track status in real time thanks to support for real-time data sources. So if you have real-time data sources, you can track status in real time as well. You have full control over your dashboards, so you can pin any visualization from any report to any dashboard. So that's what Power BI gives it to you. You can click through visualizations to access underlying reports to discover more data and new insights. So essentially, what happens in a BI tool is you typically get a single report, right? A single dashboard. While what Power BI does is, Power BI actually is like a multi-layer, BI tool where you can click on a single layer and it opens a new plethora of data and dashboards for you. And I'll show you in a demo like how we build dashboards on top of dashboards, right? And finally, you can accelerate Power BI deployment with solution templates. So there's some pre-built templates for you to work upon. You don't need to start right from scratch. Start with working from end-to-end enterprise-ready Power BI solutions for Salesforce, Dynamics, and Twitter. So that's how Power BI can be useful for you. In fact, going forward, how do you create those dashboards? So for example, a dashboard combines an on-premise and a cloud-born data in a single pane of glass, providing a consolidated view across the organization, regardless of where the data lives, right? And you can choose which dashboard to pin a visual to. You can either have an existing visual or one that is created. You can pin a tile as well, as you can see on the picture on the right hand side, from one dashboard to another. You have dashboard display modes in here. You can do a full screen, you can do a fit to screen. There is in focus or a full screen mode for tiles. You have the last update time and source information shown on tile in focus mode. So when was the last time it was updated, and where is the source of this tile coming from? What's the data source behind this? You even have the control. You can even control the visual colors in the dashboard. So dashboard themes can be different from report theme to achieve consistency across visuals. You can in fact resize your tiles. You can choose from a 1x1 to a 5x5 tile depending upon how do you want to visualize your data. You can add text, images, shapes, and videos to a dashboard. You can even set featured and favorite dashboards like some other dashboard which you require more commonly. You can set them as favorite dashboards. So as and when you open a Power BI application on your mobile, or as and when you open a Power BI application on your desktop, you will see the dashboard live there, right? You can even receive data-driven alerts and other Power BI alerts in the notification center. So, just like other, Office 365 applications, we have a notification center built in for Power BI where you would see data-driven alerts. The alerts specifically are coming in if, people are working on some of the dashboards that you own and, some of the data sources that they're trying to connect. So you'll have all those notifications coming in. And again, you can classify this data. So again, when you're building this data, you can classify the data in terms of high business impact or low business impact. So depending upon that, you can check what in terms of role-based access control as to what kind of data would you want to expose to which people in your organization, right? So you can do that. So I'll move forward from here. So you can even explore your data and uncover new insights. And how do we do that? I was talking about just a couple of minutes back. There are underlying reports to discover data, because it's built on top of layers and layers. So, you have to really explore your data. And in fact, it's just a one-time activity that you create a dashboard for your CXOs or for everybody in your organization. And once you do that, it gives you a whole lot of insights as to where the company is heading. Are you doing your business the right way or not? So, I'll just, tell how exactly do we do here. So a report typically consists of a set of charts and other data visualizations, all drawing from the same underlying data set, right? So the data set remains constant, but it contains a lot of charts and other data visualizations. So once you define a data set that at the back end, these are the data sources that I'm going to build my dashboard with, you import all those in Power of that, right? You can choose from different ways to build a report. You can create a report right from scratch. You can select a read-only or a pre-authored report. You can apply a default, a default format for an individual data set. You can generate as many reports as needed from a single data set. So in case if you want to slice and really dice your data, so the data set is given at the back end, but if you want to really use filters and pivots for all those cases, you can generate as many reports. So there is no limit to the number of reports that you want to generate from a single data sets. You can draw from a range of visualizations in any given report to tell a compelling data story. This applies to both new and existing reports. And finally, you can pin your reports directly to dashboards to keep the right data top of mind. So in case if there are certain things that you would want to highlight or keep top of mind priorities in terms of you, so you can pin those reports directly onto the dashboards. So those reports will be the first ones which you will be doing when you actually log into Power BI. Any questions still here?
Hello, Ranjit. Gauri here.
Yeah.
Actually, is there any difference in feature between the Power BI cloud version and the Power BI desktop?
Sorry, can you come again?
So, I mean, are there any features, what's the difference between Power BI cloud and Power BI desktop version? So, are
Okay,
there
so
any limitations in any of either of them?
yes, so I'll just come to that. So if you would have worked upon Office 365, what essentially happens is, so Power BI, Office Online and Office Offline, like Excel Online and Excel Offline, they're typically the same, right? But in Excel Offline, you would see a lot of more features as compared to in Excel Online. Right, you would see you can create macros, you can create multiple pivots, you can create visualization inside Excel. Similarly, in Power BI Online, if I talk about the cloud version, it is basically a dashboarding tool, right? So if I talk about, so if you have only an Excel sheet or a CSV file from which you want to build your report on top of it, you can do that in Power BI Online as well, right? But if you really talk about creating, dashboards and visualizations from, disparate data sources at the backend, which could include, a SQL Server or a Azure HD Insight and a lot of other data sources, you want to combine them as a data warehouse, then you would require a Power BI desktop where you create those reports and create the dashboards and then put them as a dashboarding medium on Power BI cloud version. So treat Power BI cloud as mostly a sharing medium and a dashboard creation medium. While in terms of creating reports and all those things, if you really want to create and getting data inside a Power BI, then Power BI desktop is needed. So that's the difference between a Power BI desktop and a Power BI cloud version. Okay. I hope I was able to answer that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll move forward and from here. So I think so you can see the data that the way you want it, right? So you can experiment with visualizing data in different ways, enabling previously inaccessible business insights. So it goes from selecting from a growing number of visualization types and different chart types. So again, there are a lot of chart types inside Power BI. You can use visualizations that go beyond standard charts such as slicers, maps, tiles, and images and others. You can cross filter across visualization within a report to surface new insights. I'm sorry, actually somebody muted me. So I was just talking about staying connected from any device. So I was just talking that you can zoom in and out of a visualization to look at data more closely and rotate the device for landscape and portrait views. You can even annotate a report or visualization and share marked up snapshot with others. You can configure settings to receive alerts and notifications as data reaches or drops below predefined. thresholds or based on other indicators. So you define the indicators for your reports. So once you do that, you will get notifications on your mobile app as well. If you're new to Power BI, activate your user account directly from one's mobile device. So you can activate your account from the mobile device as well. You can even view optimized formatting and display of charts, including percentage based line charts and data labels. You can do a global search and recent items in the app itself, and you can multi-select for report slices. So going a step forward, it's not just limited that you are taking the data into Power BI desktop. You can even generate and scan codes and use QR codes for augmented reality display. You can even scan barcodes, right? So all those things are built in Power BI. And again, in a Windows phone, you can pin a KPI. You can, if there's a multi-card as a live tile, you can put that directly on screen. So all those capabilities, you can do it. So specifically, yes, if you talk about, exported to doc, PDF or Excel. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so Amit, I saw your question and I was just so Power BI actually has its own what I call it extension. So if you talk about exporting it to a doc, you can take a screenshot for that. You can do that. You can you can export it in a Power BI desktop, but not in like a PDF or Excel or doc in that form, right? Because it has a different extension altogether. So you can't export that in a doc or PDF, but you can obviously take a screenshot. And the good part here is that you don't need to really export this to a doc to share it. So the share button is there built in itself in Power BI. So if you want to share this, inside your organization and you have the licenses for other people to view this, you just share this. You just do a share on the Power BI site only, and this will be sent as a link. So whosoever clicks that link, if he has the requisite permissions and the license to access that, he'll be able to view that in the Power BI cloud version only. So don't even need to export it, because that again increases hassle and all, which is what we don't want. I hope that answers your question. So regarding your .NET application, sir, we'll need to check what exactly is the application. What is the kind of connector that we would need to see that what exactly are you trying to do. I think we can take that offline. Maybe you can get in touch with MB, whoso is working with you, or you can get in touch with me to give more details as to what the application is and how can we integrate that in Power BI. So going forward, in fact, this is where the capability of a natural language query or natural language processing comes into picture. So as with other tools, they are basically you have to query that data. And when I talk about querying, most of the CXOs and CMOs won't learn the query language, right? They won't want to do it. What they would want is if they would just enter that their plain question in a plain English language, they would want to answer for that. And this is where Power BI really differentiates from other tools. So if you look at, in fact, the least quantitatively inclined person can now find answers by phrasing data question in plain English language. You just type a question and powerbi.com answers by generating a relevant chart. And I'll show you in the demo as well. You can pin the subsequent chart directly on a dashboard. You can enable the best results by using key phrasing as you build models in Power BI desktop. So Power BI natural language query intelligently filters, sorts, aggregates, groups, and display data based on the keywords in the question. And by default, you will see a list of suggested questions for tiles on your dashboards or tables in your data set. And suggestion will include specific terms on the data. So you will have to define what the keywords are, like for example, column names or row values. You can in fact even add your own featured questions. For example, frequently asked questions to a data set. So all those capabilities you can build. In fact, going a step forward, this was one piece where we are, integrating with natural language processing, but we are even going a step further. We are saying that, we'll be using Power BI and Cortana to integrate, and to do that, I think to use Cortana to get answers from Power BI, all that is required is, to add the work or school account you use with Power BI to Windows 10 and have the access to a dataset in Power BI. That is enabled for Cortana. And I think Tapas will take you through it, how you can ask questions directly to Cortana, on the mobile or on the desktop. Similar to Power BI Q&A, ask or type your questions using natural language. Cortana will search your Cortana enabled datasets in Power BI. For answer and display results directly in your Windows 10 device. right? Cortana can find answers either directly from datasets in Power BI or from reports pages published to Power BI and designed specifically for Cortana. So interact with visualizations as you would in Power BI to further explore, an answer or simply open a result in Power BI. If you talk about is Cortana embedded with it, Cortana is not an embedded application. What essentially like for example today, if you ask Cortana or if you are using Cortana on your mobile, you ask her about weather, it tells you, right? So if there are specific applications desktop which we have built, or you're using Power BI as an app on your mobile, so Cortana it intelligently understands that, and when you talk and when you say that these are some of the applications that I am using, so when you put up a query on those specific questions to Cortana has answer for that, and in fact the efforts will take you forward to that thing. So moving forward, again, you can share your work and collaborate with others. When you share a dashboard, those you share it with can view and interact with it, but can't edit it. So they can see the same data that you see in the dashboard and reports. Your colleagues can share the dashboard with other colleagues only if you allow them to. Those outside your organization can view and interact with the dashboard, but can't share it. So make changes to a dashboard after you send it out, and it will automatically sync across all the users. So in case if you're making any changes, the sync happens across all users. And share only your dashboard, keeping access to the source data and report secure. What this means is users who are receiving a sharing invitation cannot change filters or drill down into data. They only see what's in the dashboard, right? So if you want to really give them, access to your source data and reports, you can give that. But, we normally say that in case if you're building a dashboard to keep them secure, you only give them, a read-only access. Again, you can manage who can reshare dashboard with others. So you can define policies saying that if I share these dashboard with 10 people, who are the people who can reshare or can share further with other people. So you can stop, multi-level sharing, of these dashboards. You can share dashboard based on Office 365 distribution group on an email. You can share without an email notification, copy and share a link instead on another portal. You can even copy paste large number of email addresses you want to share with, and you can collapse navigation pane with URL parameters. So all those things, all those capabilities in terms of sharing inside, in terms of sharing outside, who can edit, who can view the Power BI desktop and Power BI on the cloud are built in. So just like in Office 365, Power BI comes with it, right? In fact, you can collaborate in a group workspace. So it might just happen that you are not building a dashboard alone. You want to build that as part of a group, right? So groups in Power BI are built on top of Office 365 groups, and so you and your colleagues need a Power BI Pro license. So when you are a member of a group, you can create a dashboard in the group workspace. Every person in the group can view, interact with, and edit the dashboard and its reports. They have the same permission value that you have. You can even create a content pack and publish it. So content pack are a great way to share a Power BI insight with your colleagues. You can create a dashboard with its reports and data sets and then publish them all together as a content pack, either for your whole organization or those in a specific security group or distribution list. Now, when those colleagues go to the content pack library for the organization, they see your content pack along with others that they have permissions to see. So, just like the permission that you have for Office 365, very similar to the permission you will see in Power BI. And finally, you can publish this to the web. When you publish Power BI reports to the web, you can embed interactive visuals in the blog post, website, social media, and other online communication on any device. Publishing to web is available on reports in your personal workspace that you can edit. You can't publish to the web reports that was shared with you, right? In fact, again, from a security perspective, so Power BI, when we talk about helping you with a BI solution, we want that it should be in a secure way. We want to keep your data where it is. It's not the data that we are taking on the cloud. It's only an application that is using the data. So that's about it. So it connects to the SaaS solution that you already have. I was talking like connect to Azure SQL Server or Azure SQL Data Warehouse, Spark on SD Insight. So all those things are taken care. In fact, you will see a lot of on-premise data sources as well here. Teradata, Oracle, DB2, MySQL, right? SAP, HANA. So you talk about a data source and, that's it. So I'll just skip this in the interest of time and just, keep you up to date. So access and refresh data via direct query. You can refresh on-premise data with Power BI personal gateway. So on-premise data gateway, so all those refresh. There's an automatic refresh built in, but if you want to do a manual refresh, you can do that because there are gateways available with Power BI in case if you are importing data from an on-premise setup. So that's again built in. So Power BI Pro offers some advantages. It gives you an advantage in terms of data capacity, while you get a 2 GB per user in terms of for data for a single user. In Power BI Pro, you get it's like 10 GB, right? It offers additional collaboration in terms of you can make groups, you can make content packs, you can have automated data refresh. You can, in fact, individuals can even purchase Power BI Pro, and it's available as part of our Office 365 E5 plan. The other part here is, in Power BI Pro, the refresh happens at a very quick rate. While it happens at a rate of around 2 million rows per hour for a Power BI free version, it happens at the rate of 10 million rows per hour. So in fact, if you just change your data at the back end, in fact, if a data warehouse is being built in, so you will see that the dashboard refreshes at a very rapid speed, and you wouldn't even get to know about that. So again, the refresh rates are different in terms of Power BI Pro and free version. So I hope I was able to give you a fair bit of idea that what Power BI does. What I will essentially now do is I'll take you through a small demo for Power BI, and then I'll hand it over to Tapas to take you through what exactly MB can do for Power BI. Just give me a sec and I'll just share my desktop across. So let me know when you can see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
No.
Okay.
It's visible now.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So this is like a sample dashboard that we have. If you see here, what exactly is happening is, I'll just give me a sec. Yeah. So this is for a sales and marketing organization. So it's called it's a sample dashboard. It's called Van Asdel. That's the company name. So if you see here, Van Asdel, it's a manufacturing company that deals in fact a lot of segments. So the segments are defined here. If you see productivity, convenience, moderation, extreme, youth, all seasons. So it's a garment company, right? So on the top left, you will see the total volume of this segment in terms of all the competitors, including Pirium or Nature or Aleki. So 50,000 is what the total volume of the segment was. While Van Asdel, the company that we are talking about, maybe it's our company, it did 16K of business, right, in that year, in 2014. So market share in the last 2 months, if you divide 16K by 50K, it comes out to be 32.86. Fair bit of easy math. In fact, if you see here, so this is the market share that has been fluctuating, month on month for Van Asdel, given that competitors. If you see here in June, there's a big dip, right, in terms of market share. There is something happening in market share. For a CMO, it's a pretty good dashboard because it gives him a view that month on month how are his products performing, right? So you get a view on that. So I'll touch upon that in case if the market share falls in June, why is it falling? Because now it's very easy for you to figure out. A lot of times what happens is if you are using an Excel, you would see in Excel that yes, the market share falls down. But because there are no collated reports on top of it, you will never or it will take you time to find out the reasons for that. While in Power BI, it becomes all the more easy because all the data at the backend is collated. So it becomes all the more easy for you or for the CMO to visualize that why the market share is going down. So, going forward, if you see on the right hand side, these are the total units overall in terms of productivity, that what is the productivity segment, how many units are sold in that, how many units are sold in moderation. So if I just click on this, what you see here is actually a natural language processing query. That is what I was talking about. So if you see, it's just a plain English language query. I can in fact modify this. I can say that total unit segment, by product table, right? So it tells me, or I want to say by manufacturer. So if you see here, that's a right. So, just by typing that query in plain English language, I'm able to visualize that data and I'm able to see. In fact, the Cortana integration that I was talking about, you don't even need to write this. You can even speak to a data to Cortana that show me the total units by segment by manufacturer. Just the way that you would talk to a Siri or a Google Now or a Cortana in a Windows phone. You just have to type, just have to speak your query and the answer will be there for you. So this is what I was talking about in terms of natural language processing. You don't have to query your data. You can just type in your query in a plain English language and it's there for you to see, right? Coming back, so I was talking about, layers built on top of layers and dashboard built on top of dashboard. That's what Power BI does. So I'll just build, since I want to know that why the market share is falling, I just click on top of this, right? And it opens up a new dashboard. You can see here, there's a new dashboard here. And it's actually built on top of, so the market share dashboard was built on top of the dashboard because this dashboard is taking a data from a lot of sources, right? Now you see here in June 14, the market share is pretty less, right? And it's actually picks up. So if you see the dark green button, that's actually is Van Arsdale, that's our company, right? So the market share is sort of building up as we go along. So I can just change the view of, I see that June 14, the market share is down. I can see what exactly is my company doing on convenience. I just select this. You will see the whole data source gets changed, right? Everything accordingly is changing to convenience. Now the June 14 thing, on June 14, the convenience doesn't take a hit. That means probably moderation has taken a hit on June 14. That is where the market share is coming down, right? All the other things, that how exactly is the company performing in a specific segment in each of the months, you can see that, right? If I click on moderation, all these charts, take care from a moderation perspective. So in case if your company has different segments, different verticals, you can define, your segments and verticals and slice and dice your data accordingly, right? Now, for example, if I want to see the sentiment, right, what is the sentiment of my company going in? I see that there's a very low sentiment in terms of in July 14. Now that might be a case in point, might be that there were a lot of negative press, because this is taking feedback from Twitter, from Facebook, from a lot of social networking sites which are talking about your company. So why was this down? What am I doing to improve this? Like for example, there must have been some steps taken to improve this from July to August, right? I can even search about the growth opportunities. What exactly do I have? Like for example, these are some of the verticals that my company doesn't play in, right? It plays in mostly in this thing. Just give me a sec. It plays in convenience and moderation. While in other opportunity, do I have something that I can look forward to? Like for example, if I click productivity, if you see in productivity, in June 14, it takes a high, right? So that is an opportunity for me to encash online, because in June 14 is where people want to invest or people want to take more of the productivity, goods. So if I start now investing in productivity as a segment, the June time frame when my market share is going down, that can go up because of the impetus that this June, market share is giving me, because this is an area which is used mostly in June. Right, you can even define that which are the categories that you would want to in terms of region. Like for example, in central region, I just click on central, right? It tells me that which are the categories which are more prominent in central region, the 0-2 category. So I can in a specific segment, if there's a specific category I need to focus upon. If I am very focused on a central and east segment, I can do that. If I know that most of my plans are in the west segment, I just click on west and everything changes accordingly, right? I can see which is the category I want to focus on, maybe the first category, because it has the largest, total units by rolling region. In fact, it tells me that which are the segments I should focus upon from a west perspective. So all things, are built on top of that. So you can build those dashboards. The dashboards could range from a sales and marketing dashboard to a retail analysis dashboard. You can do an IT procurement. For example, if you invest heavily in IT, you know that this is something that is a cost to your company. You can define that. How exactly do you want to invest in? You can build up a finance dashboard saying that, how are the financing looking for a year. You can build up an HR dashboard to see how exactly the attrition rate is going, and all those stuff. You can build on top of that. And, with that, I'll probably hand over to Tapas, because he's the one who can help you, help your company in making these dashboards. And Tapas, over to you now. In fact, if you can just say that what exactly do you have in store for them, and how can you help, from MD to help, our customers make the most of Power BI.
Yeah, thank you, Ranjit. Thank you all to joining us. So now we will present some of our capabilities which we have built it. I'm sharing my desktop. Please let me know once it is. Are you able to see my desktop?
Not yet, Tapas.
So are you able to see my desktop?
Yes.
Okay. So the first dashboard which we are presenting right now is a retail analysis sample dashboard. And actually in this sample dashboard, we see the total sales data and the sales across the multiple store and district. With this matrix, they compare with the year performance for like areas like sales, units, gross margin, variance, and with the new store analysis also. So in the dashboard, you see this is the total number of stores is showing is 104, out of which some 10 are the new stores. So if you click on the 104, you will see there is some reports you can see. These reports actually give you the total details of the store sales. This is the overview. There is a two kind of chain. One is the Lindsay chain and one is the fashion direct chain. And you can see that fashion direct chain has the maximum 71.01% of sales. And for the Lindsay, it is 28.99% of sales. If you select suppose I select the fashion direct sales. So in the fashion direct sale, you can analysis here the total sales variance. This variance is compared with the last year sales with the square foot, store-wise square foot wise district. So if you see this particular district, that is FD02, it is a total sales variance is negative, it's not performing properly. And the highest performing is the FD01. This is a district. So based on this parameter, you can see that this particular two districts have this variance of state. So sales per square foot is showing, and the year's sales also is showing, this year's sales. Based on this particular fashion, you can find out by the postal code or store type where the actual sales are happening in which area. That way also you can analyze your data. Now, if I have to go back to the dashboard, you have to click here. Now, what Ranjit is talking about, that simple language query. So you can type it like it here. This year's sales by district. So you can find out by district the sales. What is the sales value is happening. You can change your visualization also if you want it. There is a visualization layer is there. You can change your visualization as you require. So the second question, this year's sales by chip. So you can find out that sales is high by the size of this bubble. You can find out in which area. There is two chains. My chain is Fashion Direct, and the Lindsay chains are there. So based on that chain also you can actually identify the sales value of your area. Now from the overview, if I go to the district monthly sales and I want to compare the analysis on that. So in this particular report, we try to compare which is the where is the this total sales variance on the category wise. Now suppose this is a particular category of 0 to 0 men's. If I click here, you can find out it is a very poor performance in the month of January and July and also April. Okay, but if I select this other category is 010, you can find it is a constantly it is not performing well.
Hello.
So this is another way of doing it. And now if you select a particular district manager, like I'm selecting this one manager, so once you select this manager from the filter, you will find all the data of this particular manager concerned with. So if you see that Alan has a very poor performance along from January, February, April and July. And if you select a particular category in the based on this category, you will find out this he has a very good performance in the month of June, but the overall performance on the sales, the variance compared to the last year is not good. So that way actually you can visualize all your data in the report. So this is one thing, and second kind of reports which we are saying that this is a store-wise report, new store. How many new stores are there? You see this, if you select the Fashion Direct, so most maximum Fashion Direct stores are open here. This kind of chain is open in the area. And this square foot sales also you can find out. So in the you can see that this particular store, Winchester, has a maximum growth, and this is a low performance store on this. So you can select this particular store and you can find out this store has started from February, and by month wise you can find out the total year sales variance. This is the reports which we are showing you, and now from the dashboard, this is the dashboard, you can actually analysis further, drill down on the insight, related insights. If you click on that particular report, you can automatically Power BI will give you some more insights on the these reports, like the minimum value of sales this year, what is the maximum, what is the overall value, this is the year sales by markdown sales dollar, total sales this year. This kind of insights you can find out from these reports. So this is, and some of the questions is already Power BI calculated automatically here, and he has put all the some kind of general query language he has already captured from the data model and find and put it here. So if you click by gross margin this year, so it gives a total gross margin this year data, and then by store also you can find out, and by store type. So this way you can actually find out all your data and the information. So second thing is, let's see, if I'm clicking here, there are some reports are coming up, and you see there is a total sales variance by fiscal month and district managers. By district manager also is showing it, whose sales variation is showing here. If you want to see the data of this particular thing, you can see the data also from here. So this way, actually, you can explore all your data information and the reports. This is one thing. If you have any question, you can ask me. And okay. So this is one part. Second part, during the presentation, Ranjit has said something on the Cortana integration part. So Cortana is available in Windows 10 system. So in Windows 10, you can actually find out this search Cortana, and you don't have to log into the Power BI. You can just type it here. Like I'm typing some new stores. And if I click here, so all this particular dashboard which is on the new store, it will show you open store count, how many new stores are there by fashion. You can go through it and you can actually play with this your data from here also in the Cortana. So this way you can actually integrate your Cortana with your Power BI reports and dashboards. This is all one thing. And so any question you have, just ask me.
Tapus Gauri here.
It's a query language for Power BI. You can use DAX with direct query also, or it is you can connect directly to your server database, and using the DAX query you can make your data model. That is one thing. And second thing is you can use the MDX query also in your SQL analysis. You can work with tabular or multi-dimension kind of SSAS model, and then you can call up that cubes to your Power BI. Whether these cubes can be in your in any cloud, any Azure or in your on-premises data warehouse, you can connect with your Power BI and you can make your dashboards. So this is the thing. Any further question?
So Amit, regarding your question that does it come with Office or it's separate? So there are both the things. So Power BI comes as two versions. One is Power BI free. The other thing is it comes as the Power BI Pro version, the difference that I was talking about, right? So the free version comes with Office 365 E1 E3 plans. But again, the free version will only give you access to, maybe you can't do a group sort of collaboration, you can't make content impacts in as part of that. The refresh speed gets reduced, the data size for a single user gets reduced, so all those capabilities are pretty less. While if you really want to integrate your data warehouse at the back end, because in a free version you can only integrate CSV and Excel files. But if you're looking at integrating more files in terms of a SQL data warehouse or in terms of Azure SD Insights and all those sort of files, and you would want more and more people to collaborate and work together on this platform, then you would need a pro license. Now pro license comes as part of Office 365 E5, or you can buy it as an add-on as well. So you can buy it as a separate SKU as well.
So I'm continuing it. This is a particular dashboard for a healthcare industry, where actually they want to figure it out, all this the revenue based on the registration and the conversion of from appointment to registration conversion. So in these reports, actually we want to show that how many unique registrations happen, how many is the percentage of that unique registration, and what is the conversion on that, and what is the total revenue is coming up. So there is 4 category of analysis we are doing. One is on the OPD, one is in the some IPD analysis, the indoor patient analysis we are doing it, and then some surgeon performance and the patient analysis. So in the OPD analysis also, we have categorized all by month wise, what is how much is the appointment and the registration, and by the purpose group or the clinic, what in which particular clinic is the maximum revenue and what is the conversion on that. So based on the clinic also you can find out that what is the conversion of the appointment to registration. So this is the date wise on the graph with some forecasting analysis in here. For the IPD, similar looks and similar kind of data, but it is a separate department, that is IPD department, and based on this IPD, the surgeon who are performing, what is the total unique registration by surgeon is showing. If you select a particular surgeon, the data will change based on that particular surgeon. This surgeon number 7, this is unique registration is this, and the conversion is 93.02%. So the maximum is doing this cataract kind of surgery, and what the percentage of the surgery it is also showing with the revenue. And this is some kind of performance of the surgeon, how what is the performance, whether how many suggestion he has done, he has advised for the surgery, what is the actually conversion from advice to the surgery is happening, and what is the total revenue it is showing it here. So based on the particular surgery group also we can find out a performance of the surgeon. So this is the top 10 surgeons is showing here. So based on that surgeon also you can find out the month-wise performance of the surgeon based on the advice and the surgery he has done. So this is one, and this is the patient analysis. Is some reports where we want to find out the age group of patient who are coming. So from 60 to 79 years of age are the maximum number of patients, and from which area actually they are coming. This is the areas where they are coming in. So in the top you can find out the different locations are showing it in as a filter. If you can choose a particular filter, so based on that filter all the data is coming up. So you can actually analysis for the cataract, what is the performance this month wise. You can find out the appointment and registration. So how many appointments is happening in this particular month and what is the registration for this appointment on the appointment. So this is all about the capabilities which we have built it for some from some dummy data and other thing. So this is all about. And if you have anything to ask on this particular BI, you can answer that one.
Do we have any questions from the attendees?
Tapas Gowari here.
Yeah, pardon?
My question is, can I club this patient and by sex? I mean, multiple
Yes.
categories.
Yes, that can be done.
Are there any limitations?
So you want to see?
Age and sex, and I mean multiple and options.
Yes, that can be done. That can be done. I've not prepared that model here.
Okay, fine.
So right now I'm not able to show that one. So anything you are looking for that that can be that we can do it. That is not a problem.